Hi, my name is Mike Oxford. I'm an organizer with ADAPT. I'm here today to share a very serious issue with whoever's watching. For the past 20 years, ADAPT has been working increasingly closely with organized labor, specifically with the service employees, in order to improve relations and build trust. After all, a lot of people think it's a natural fit to have the activist disability community and organized labor, which is supposed to be activist, working together. This effort, going on for about 20 years, recently culminated in what are called guiding principles for the disability community and organized labor to work together, or something pretty similar to that. We worked on these principles for almost 3 years and covered a lot of ground, and we were pretty happy with them for the most part, and ADAPT was pretty happy, even though, to be honest, we did have several members that were against working with organized labor, saying it wasn't trustworthy, it was a bad idea, and that we'd get burned. But we felt like after all this effort, it was worth a chance. Bob Kafka and I both signed on to these principles, as well as the president of the Service Employees Union and other high-ups in that union. One of the key principles in these guiding principles was that one side would not get ahead at the expense of the other. For example, that people with disabilities wouldn't try to address waiting lists by decreasing wages for workers, or that the disability community wouldn't try to get money for services by reducing wages or benefits. Likewise, the example is that labor wouldn't try to improve wages or benefits by making waiting lists worse or by reducing or capping services and so on. That was the principle, that we were going to work together to seek new money, and that only after seeking new money would we get ahead together. Recently, to our chagrin, to our extreme anger, disappointment, sadness, the U.S. Department of Labor issued regulations that totally broke this deal. The service employees maneuvered behind the scenes to get these regulations done, which manufactures an artificial crisis in the home and community-based services and disability communities by ensuring that any existing or new funding that's out there would have to go to remedying this artificial crisis created by this regulation. To say that we're disappointed would be an understatement. To say that we're extremely angry wouldn't be strong enough. As far as I'm concerned, as far as ADAPT concerned, the service employees broke the deal. There is no deal. They violated our guiding principles. They violated this extremely important primary deal in such a way that there's no way we can work together. There's no way we can trust them. There's no way we can move ahead together. We recently had a meeting with them, and rather than try to figure out a way to resolve the problem, they simply smiled and said, let's work together in the future to get some money to remedy these problems. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The deal is off. There is no relationship. There is no trust. There are no guiding principles. It's all a hoax. We were simply suckered once again by the powerful unions who went behind our backs and screwed us. Don't trust labor. Don't work with them. Listen to ADAPT. Those of you with disabilities who they are approaching right now for help, beware, beware. Their knives are sharp and they're coming up behind you. just work with ADAPT. We'll fix our own problems like we always have by ourselves. We don't need labor. We don't trust them. Let's just work together with ourselves.